Gutierrez from Cuba, who knocked out a dual world championship medal Adrian Diacano in the middleweight division. Big wins also for Guillermo Rigondeaux from Cuba and Clarence Vincent, who took out the Romanian Crinu Olteanu. Micro Romero also victorious for Cuba. They are dominating, as they have on so many occasions. But our final battle is going to be between Jackson Chanet of France and Sultan Ibragimov from Russia. The Russians with 8 boxes coming into this final session, still in contention. And Ibragimov, well, I rate him second only to Savant in terms of gold medal prospects. He's going to enjoy a big edge in height and reach against Jackson Chanet. Chanet, the European champion. But this man, Ibragimov, was leading 7-3 in the final round when he unloaded a big shot south of the border and was disqualified. He's an exciting emerging young talent. He's only 21. He started boxing at 16 years of age in 1995. Been on the senior Russian team for only 12 months and not only fighting for a European medal, but here he is at the Olympics, a victory away from winning an Olympic medal. So, unfinished business between these two. Ibragimov stopped the Samoan Rahulalalu in his first matchup, 21-10, and likewise Chanet stopped his opponent Mohamed Azaway from Algeria with a big right hand after he was trailing at the time. He was down 5-7 and then unloaded with a right hand. So watch for the right hand power of the man in red, Jackson Chanet of France. And Sultan Ibragimov, the southpaw in the blue. Well, he comes in here as the favourite, but then again so did Ruslan Shagayev, and he's out of the competition, beaten by Vladimir Chanteria in our previous battle. There's the right hand. It's a scoring punch straight away for Jackson Chanet. Now digging to the body. Ibragimov, he expands the lead.
Yes, Chanet Jackson's going to have to get behind that left jab and bring that right across very sharply, because he's definitely being outreached. This young Russian is certainly picking him up in the early stage. Of course, even though the scoring is even Stevens at the moment, once he opens up Jackson, I think he'll be easy target.
Now Chanet takes the lead for the first time. Final 30 seconds, round number 1, the heavyweight division. Spot in the semi-finals on the line here. 91 kilo limit, 14 stone 5. Big men, big power. And a replay of the European final. Nice uppercut there, right at the end of the round from Ibragimov, but wasn't rewarded by the judges, so it's 3 apiece at the end of 1. Sultan Ibragimov. Wants to win a lot of medals, he says. He needs to get past Jackson Chanet, and he'll pick up his first at the Olympics to add to the silver from the European Championships. Chanet choosing to stand between rounds. Probably looks a little worse for wear. 22-year-old Chanet, 173 centimetres, working against a much taller man.
He certainly is very short for a heavyweight, 173. It's someone around about 5'10" in the old measurement.
Underway round number 2 for the heavyweights. Jackson Chanet from France comes out of the red corner. The southpaw is Sultan Ibragimov of Russia. Russians at the moment second only to Cuba in the standings in terms of the teams. Nice body shot again from Ibragimov. And Chanet giving as good as he's getting. Excellent battle here in round number 2.
Yeah, Chanet Jackson can't wait around here. He's going to be picked off. Being the smaller of the two, he's an easier target to pick off.
And listen to the French coaching staff sitting behind us. I'm amazed the referee is choosing to ignore it at the moment. It seems that the bigger we go up in weight, the more noise they're allowed to make for some reason. Not sure if there's a parallel there or not. Digging away to the ribcage, Chanet of France, but not drawing a response from the judges.
Chanet Jackson now trailing by 3 points. He's got to be throwing more punches. He can't be waiting around. Now these two have met before. I think it have worked out his problems or his differences.
Well, that was a good move from our cameraman as well as he ducked the right hook. He almost tasted some of the action. Getting you as close to the fight as we can, and we trust you're enjoying our coverage because Jackson Chanet of France in the red and Sultan Ibragimov are going at it just as they did in the European final in May. A low blow from Ibragimov forced his disqualification in that occasion, and Chanet took the gold medal home. And a clubbing right hand there from Ibragimov right at the end of round number 2. After they were tied at 3 apiece after the first round, Ibragimov now leads by 3 with 2 rounds remaining.
Yeah, Jackson's got a small little graze on the under his right eye. Nothing serious, but definitely a small graze, a little bit of trickle of blood coming out. He's going to have to pick this up if he's going to do any serious business, because he certainly is trailing.
Ibragimov, part of the Sport Armed Forces Club in Russia. And the fans are starting to make their presence felt as well. They're whipped into a frenzy here.
Certainly have. Ibragimov, Russian boy in the blue, is certainly the stronger of the two, the keener puncher.
Excellent action here between the heavyweights, the 91-kilo limit. Jackson Chanet, European champion in the red. Sultan Ibragimov, silver medalist from the European Championships, is the southpaw in the blue. He leads by 3. Chanet is being very economical with his punches at the moment.
Which is not going to go in his favor. He should really throw more punches.
Well, that was a little south of the border, but the referee choosing to ignore it from Ibragimov.
Yeah, Chanet Jackson should throw him in a cluster. I mean, he can afford to throw him in a cluster now because he's trailing by 4 points.
And that cut under the right eye is starting to become a bit of a problem. Fortunately, it's not impairing his vision because the blood is moving away from the eye, but it's starting to look a little untidy. And Ibragimov, as he did at the European Championship, is starting to unload on his opponent. Wicked uppercut. Oh, nice right hand from Chanet as the reply. Again, that was almost a little south of the border. They are teeing off on one another here. Two very tough customers. Jackson Chanet won his first bout with a crunching right hand knockout. Likewise, Ibragimov stopped his opponent. And there are some bombs being landed here. Well, there's not a lot of science involved. Toe to toe, who can hit the hardest?
Chanet Jackson's going to have to do something here because he is falling behind. And we are in the 3rd round, and if he lets it go any further, he's going to find himself on the way home.
Right on the bell. He landed to close to within 6 points, but it certainly again was another round for Sultan Ibragimov. 8 points to 5. He leads by 6. We've seen boxers come back from 6 down and win in the last round. But Jackson Chanet, whose father was a professional boxer and European champion, he's getting good support, and he needs some help at the moment, because this up-and-coming prospect from Russia, Sultan Ibragimov, is full of power. There's the right hand from Chanet. Similar punch to the one that brought about the downfall of Mohamed Azayoui from Algeria a couple of days ago. He's breathing heavily, Ibragimov. He leads substantially, but he won't have to go looking for Jackson Chanet because he just keeps marching forward. Fourth and final round in this European Championship replay, right here in Sydney at the Olympic Games, looking for a spot in the semi-finals and a medal. A Jackson Chanet from France in the red, and Sultan Ibragimov, a southpaw from Russia, in the blue.
Well, I'm very surprised that Chanet Jackson hasn't come on and took this by the horn and go for it, but he's just waiting and waiting.
Nice right hand, backs up Ibragimov, and a standing 8 count applied. Well, there it is. It's a big weapon. And Ibragimov tasted the power. Does he have enough petrol left in the tank? He needs to keep that left hand up very high indeed. They're going to attend to the cut under the eye of Chanet. Certainly not enough to worry this man. But Ibragimov, does he have the smarts? Because he just needs to keep that left hand right in front of his face.
Yes, in fact, I'm surprised that Chanet Jackson didn't pick up another point, because he did unleash that right hand. It did land. He wasn't awarded. Now he's awarded.
He worked to the body with good effect on that occasion, and after trailing by 6 at the start of this round, he's moved to within 4. Last 50 seconds, a big finish from Chanet. But now it's Ibragimov who comes back. Well, they must be getting sick of one another after the European Championship and now here again. Neither of them will take a backward step, and now they tumble to the canvas, but it was a slip. .33 seconds left. I think both corners are on their last warning from the referee. But the action is certainly in centre ring between these two. Ibragimov unable to add to his tally so far in this round, but he's holding Chanet at bay, and now he tags him with a left hand, and that might be enough. It's 5 points, and the clock is working against Chanet. It was about this time that Ibragimov hit him low and was disqualified at the European Championships. He's not going to make the same mistake again. And this very exciting 21-year-old from Russia, Sultan Ibragimov, has picked up a medal. He is through to the semi-finals of the heavyweight division at the expense of the European champion, Jackson Chanet.
Yes, he certainly is, and I must say this Sultan from Russia has taken that fight away.
Well, there's some parallels in the scoring as well. Ibragimov wins 18-13. He now faces Vladimir Shantaria, who defeated Shagayev 18-13. And they will battle it out for a spot in the final.
Yes, no question about it. He did the cleaner work.
Well, that will make amends in some ways for the European title that Chanet has, that Ibragimov perhaps should have had. He'll take a medal home. Jackson Chanet from France. His campaign is over, but it was a very good display indeed. And here you see the round-by-round scoring. It was round number 3, where it was 8 points to 5 that opened it up for Ibragimov.
Yeah, Chanet Jackson just didn't have the guns tonight. Maybe he was hoping for another disqualification, but it didn't come.
And what a night of action it has been here from the exhibition centre at Darling Harbour. The fans, a crowd of around 10,000, have had their money's worth with